because I think a lot of what we learn in these tutorials or these webinars is how to create it, but I think a lot of them don't tell you how to sell them, right? They don't tell you how to sell or market your book. And if they do, and if you do go to platforms that kind of tell you how to sell and market your book, they're giving you like little, around the bush scenarios of how to do it. And they're not, and until you pay for like a webinar or something, they don't really tell you any information. And then you'll pay for the webinar, but if you don't execute what they give you, it never pans out, right? You can, I always tell people 90% of the people that take the webinars won't execute what the webinar is for. So you'll pay that extra cash for that webinar and you'll watch it, you'll be inspired, you'll see other people who did it. However, you will not, if your day is busy, if your life is ongoing, as far as like all of our lives are ongoing, but if your life is very hectic, you never actually have the time to sit down and execute all those things you learn. So then you find yourself 2 to 3 years later, still not executing it and still not reaching your goal. So I'm not dissing webinars, I'm not dissing anything. I'm just saying as people, you have to kind of reevaluate how you do stuff and try to find out like what works for you. So anyway, I feel like I go off a beaten path a lot. But back to my author journey. So I'm on Upwork. I wanted to tell you guys about setting the price. So set your price when it comes to what you're willing to pay. That's what I do. I set my price. I've always set my price. So I said, like on Upwork, I set a fixed price. And I usually wait for my illustrator to tell me if it's something that she can do, if something that she can't do. I understand if she needs more money. I understand, but I love my illustrator. So that's another great piece of advice, excuse me, that I found on this journey. Because you guys know, like I said, I started off with a different illustrator, but then I found this wonderful, wonderful woman. And you have to create a good relationship with your illustrator. So if you don't know your illustrator per se, if they don't live near you, if you're meeting them on this platform, create a great relationship. So everything that we do in life is out of relationship, you guys. So on my author journey, what I do with my illustrator, Tanya, that I love her, and she don't know, but I'm secretly going to hit her with like a tip. But what I do with her is I check in with her. Like I knew it was a point in her life where she was going through some things with her family. And so I wanted to check in with her. I wanted to make sure she was good. I wanted to make sure everything was okay, because outside of what we do in life, we're still humans and we need to connect with each other, right? It's not always about just the mission and the plan and the goal, but sometimes it's about, okay, let me stop and let me just check in. Let me see like what's going on in life, how things are going. So I always say create a genuine relationship with people. Because I feel like that relationship will help you get further. And I know it helped me in my author journey. It helps me grow. It helps me get further, whether it be from a relationship with my illustrator to a relationship with people that I've met that were customers of my books, but then and at the end they became friends and we communicate, and also people that I met along my way and I'm still meeting as an author. I created relationships with them, and I hope through what I tell people, like I'm not the Bible of everything. No one is the Bible, right? Things change in life, things happen, and so with that being said, something that might have worked 3 years ago might not work this year, might not work 2 years from now, right? Because things change and things shift. So actually, real quick, I'm gonna get back to that, but I'm gonna go on to this topic. So I have a YouTube video out there right now called to help self-published authors get their book into Barnes and Nobles. So I've been seeing a shift lately with Barnes and Nobles as far as who to contact when it comes to getting your book in Barnes and Nobles. Once again, I did state before in the video that you want to do a 55% trade discount if you're going through like Ingram Spark, or any other self-publishing platform. You do want to do that 55% trade discount. Or if you're not going through that, and if your book is a POD, which is print on demand, you want to do a 60-40 consignment if the Barnes & Nobles allow you to do it. So outside of that, you usually would contact the CRM, which stands for the Community Relations Manager at your local Barnes & Nobles. Every Barnes & Nobles they don't have a CRM, so some of them might be a manager, and you want to contact these people. However, it's kind of shifting now that I've been doing more book events. So what I do with the company that I run, which is ADC Kid, we like to push diverse authors, diverse content and books into schools, organizations, stores. And so I deal with a lot of schools as far as like booking author events for local authors that are around me. We want to expand it worldwide and make it a worldwide thing so we can reach other people in different states and cities and make things happen like that as well. But and I also I reach out to Barnes and Nobles for authors that are self-published authors, independent authors, and get them in Barnes and Nobles events. So if you want to know more about ADC Kid, just go to Facebook, type in A as in apple, D as in dog, C as in cat, Kid, Kid. That's our Facebook page. It's ADC Kid. Give us a follow if you're interested. If not, hey, just stop by and see what we're doing. And if you don't want to follow, just scroll down the page and see. Hopefully, maybe you can pick up something or learn something from that page. And it's cool.